Hey guys, it's Dan with Pain Free You. Today's video, going to be talking about visualization. And now some of you may have the same gut reaction to that as my initial reaction when I heard people say, oh, you should do visualization. My initial reaction was, oh, that sounds like New Agey, and I don't know, it's kind of like meditation. I had some resistance to that. So what I just want to do is really point out visualization. What exactly is that? It's basically, sorry, it was too zoomed in. It's basically the concept of seeing something in your mind that you want to see. It's memorization is visualization looking backwards. It's what you think happened in the past, not necessarily what did happen, but what you think happened. And so visualization, from the standpoint of self-help or sports performance, you hear people say, oh, visualize the shot. You're at the basketball, that foul shot line, and you visualize it. I'm going to visualize myself making it, right? That's visualization. And we hear a lot about that stuff, and the average person really thinks, that doesn't hold a place in my life. That doesn't matter to me. Visualization isn't important to me. One of the things that I have come to conclude is that we all visualize all the time. That's actually what our brain does. We're doing visualization whether we intend to or not. The only problem is many of us who have had TMS, mind-body syndrome, distraction pain, stress illness, what we end up doing is visualizing this future that we don't want and that we are afraid is going to come true. So we are visualizing. And whether we intend to do it or not, if you are imagining a future, whether it be a good one or a bad one, you're visualizing. So don't let that term visualization put you off. It's kind of like meditation. Does that put you off? Some of us it does. Some of us love it. Like I said in yesterday's video, I never really got into a meditation practice. And visualization, I will say, is something that can help all of us. Do we have to hold hands in a circle and visualize and no, we don't. But it all boils down to that word that I always use, which is awareness. Where are my thoughts? If my thoughts are going towards a vision of a future that I don't want, by default our brain is using visualization against us. So when I say shift your focus away from your pain or your symptoms, great thing that you can do is literally form a vision in your head of your future self without the pain or symptoms. Form a vision in your head of you doing the things you would love to do, taking a walk, taking a jog, going for a hike, walking the dogs, playing sports, whatever you think you would like to do. Start to visualize yourself doing those things. And if there is a certain part of your brain that goes, this is stupid, that's never going to happen, you've got some work to do. And it is incredible how just through this visualization and imagining yourself doing the things that you want to do, it takes you out of the fear mode. And you got to be aware because, as you start to try to do this after a long time of being stuck in symptoms, the BS meter is going to go off in your brain. Your brain's going to go, wow, what are you doing? This is stupid. That's not going to happen, right? And what I'm going to challenge you with is that how you think, how you use your brain, what you visualize, instead of watching that movie of your messed up future, how about watching the movie of your glorious future, the joyful one, the happy one, the full physical activity one? Visualization, you're using it all day, every day. But if you're not doing it with intention and on purpose, boy, those visualizations can really be full of fear and doubt and anxiety and disability and future pain and symptoms. So I don't have a lot more to say on that topic than this. If somebody says, oh, you should be doing some visualization, and you immediately go, that's hogwash, that's for new age people, and it's a little bit woo-woo. you're doing it anyway. You're just not doing it on purpose with the intended goal in mind. So was this helpful for you to understand that this concept of awareness and mindfulness and being fully conscious of where your mind is going on a daily basis is so important? Without that, I really feel like most of this process of getting better is going to be extremely challenging if you just go through life on autopilot, letting your fears and worries and pain and symptoms dictate how you go about through the whole day. We literally need to take conscious control to override the subconscious programs that are screaming fear, fear, danger, danger. So awareness is key. And then, if you're not sure where to place your focus, besides the symptoms, start trying to see what it's like and practicing, because you won't get it right the first try. Start practicing this concept called visualization, of you visualizing yourself in the future, even tomorrow, even tonight, but in the future, doing better than you are now. How are you better emotionally? Do you have a thicker skin? Do you not let things bug you quite as much? Are you really good at feeling your emotions? You want to visualize yourself doing this emotional discovery really successfully and really letting it out, but then soothing yourself and visualize yourself as, I'm really okay. Just because I felt sad today doesn't mean I'm going to fall into a pit of depression. It means I was just sad. So start to use this intentional visualization to start drawing a picture of what you want your life to be like. And fall in love with a vision of your future. And how do you do that? You practice. Decide, what do I want my future to be like? How do I want to go through life? How do I want to show up every day? What do I want to do physically? Within reason. If you're 82 years old, and you've never run a mile in your life, visualizing a marathon may be a bit over the top, but perhaps you can put down the walker and start regaining your mobility. Start to visualize what your physical body is capable of and what you are going to do with your time in a joyful, carefree manner when your symptoms decide to let go. Right? And all of this is within your control. There are so many people that are literally terrified of their symptoms and terrified of what their future is going to become. And when you really deeply understand this stuff, TMS is not a disease. TMS is just a stress response gone astray. And so by learning to notice and change our thoughts, by learning to feel our emotions, so there is no reason for the brain to create this distraction to protect us from these emotions, and through getting our mindset right to say, I'm not going to spend all day focusing on fearing and having anxiety about these symptoms, nor am I going to spend all day long as a full-time job trying to fix these symptoms, because as I just responded to somebody on a Facebook Messenger, the actual symptoms don't matter. Symptoms show up differently for virtually everybody. Nobody is going to be identically like you. And so, core principle, if you have a new symptom and you are concerned about it, go get checked out. Hey doc, I need you to tell me if this is life-threatening. No, it's a little back pain. Don't worry about it. Great. That's all I needed to know. Thank you. And then you go about back to your TMS approach, your mind-body approach, your distraction, pain, and stress illness approach that I've been teaching about in all these videos. So new symptoms, just get them checked out if you need to. If it's, my right shoulder hurts and then tomorrow my left shoulder hurts, it's not likely anything major is going on other than your TMS symptoms or your stress illness symptoms are moving around. So back to visualization. Don't look at it as some abstract thing that's out there for only new age, hippies that gather around a fire and hold hands and sing songs together. Visualization is literally for everybody. And whether you acknowledge it or not, you are visualizing every day, every moment of the day. And anytime you think about the future, you're visualizing your future. You get to pick whether or not you're going to visualize a future full of pain, despair, suffering, disability, which is kind of our default mode if we've been in pain for a long period of time. Or you get to choose, and this is the brilliance of it. And the empowering thing is you get to choose what to envision. So are you going to visualize a future full of joys and smiles and laughter and mobility and basically getting your old life back? If you've had pain all your life, great. Create a vision of the future that you would like, that you wish you had, because you can create it. I'm proof. I had 13 years of pain where anytime I would do anything, I'd have to come home, lay down, I'd have to relax. You know, I don't know how many days I spent on the floor with my knees up, looking at the ceiling. And, you know, I can literally do anything I want. Almost anything. Hey, look, I can't do some things, but I can virtually do anything I want physically. So you can too. Start imagining that. Start visualizing that. Because if you just let your brain work on the default mode, you're going to be visualizing all of the pain and suffering that you don't want. So embrace this thing called visualization. Embrace the fact that you actually have some control. And if you're the type who says, it's so hard, it's so hard, it's so hard to control my thoughts, you're instructing the brain to make it really hard. You're also giving yourself an out. You're giving yourself an excuse that I can't do this, so I won't. And therefore I don't have to even try. Look, yes, it is challenging. It takes awareness and mindfulness, and we got to pay attention. Because if we don't pay attention, the old subconscious programs are going to run. And if you don't think you can change your subconscious programs, you won't be able to. But if you realize that through awareness and decision and intention, you can change these programs, then you will. So use visualization on purpose, with intention, instead of letting it run by default and start playing all these awful movies of your horrible future. Because you don't have a horrible future. You've learned so much, you've come so far, and you're taking steps every day to move forward, and you will get better. You just got to visualize it and take action towards it every day. Believe it's possible. It is possible. Don't let the default programs run your life. Live with intention. Visualize on purpose the things you want instead of just letting the old subconscious play the visualizations of the things you don't want. So I hope this makes sense, and we'll talk to you guys and gals soon. Love you.